Okay, this is my brushed 1/16 scale ZD racing truck. This is just a mild update on some of the things I've done. First thing I'm going to talk about is the shocks. They were giving me a little bit of trouble by sticking. I took them apart, rebuilt them, just basically cleaned them all out, and was checking to make sure there wasn't any flash on the pistons or anything like that that was going to cause them to bind. Turns out that wasn't the issue. I ended up figuring out finally that it's something to do with the O-rings and the spacer in the bottom, I believe, because whenever you tighten down the lower cap, the little blue thing down here on the very bottom that contains the O-rings, it actually makes the shaft go in or set at an angle. It won't straighten up. I ended up putting a little Teflon tape on to make the threads a tighter fit between the body and that cap, and I'm running them a little looser than actually tight, and it kind of helped, but from what I'm seeing, I'm just going to have to get better shocks, probably I'm just going to try to get some better quality shocks. So far they haven't really given me too much trouble. I ended up ripping the upper cap off of one in a wreck. It was one of those, literally a board got in between the bumper, the body, and it hit it square on, and stripped it off. I can't blame it in that matter, or in that circumstance. It's a plastic body, I fully understand. And it probably would have broke something else if it hadn't hit that. It probably would have broke something else if it had hit something else. The only other real update I got is on the wheels and tires. I decided to buy these off of eBay because they were really cheap. The tires are for Team Losi, and if I'm saying that wrong, I'm sure somebody will correct me. But 1/18 scale mini crawler. They were about the right height, roughly. I wanted to go to something a little taller. They're a little skinnier than the stock tires, which I figured it'd help cut down on weight because I didn't want it to get excessively heavy. And they're a bit more aggressive. The truck compound's definitely a lot softer. You can kind of see the difference in the height and the width, and definitely the width there. And then I needed a set of tires to mount them on, so I went looking for literally the cheapest looking for the cheapest rims that I could get my hands on. I ended up buying these. They're for the Tamiya highlift F350, I believe. I think they look pretty decent, but the offset in them isn't very good. Really, I'd recommend looking around and seeing if you can find something with a little bit more offset if you decide to go this route. Main problem with putting these on is you lose a little bit of torque, and you don't quite hit top speed. The motor just doesn't have enough oomph to push it up to full top speed with these tires on it. So a gearing change would be recommended. The problem is these are geared at the lowest factory gearing possible, which was a 14 tooth pinion.